Mitram and Bandhuvam, this is South Asia Maps. Your presenter Dr. J. Reddy. We are continuing our fascinating sojourn in the Partition of India series, part 27. Partition of India was not done by the British. It is done on the insistence of followers of Islam. So any serious discussion of partition always involves a serious discussion of Islam. Because Islam forbids any serious discussion, it has put intellectual ban of discussion of his ideology in the whole Islamdom. Also in India, this is not discussed, but scapegoats are found in the British as a partition individuals. That is quite incorrect. A criticism of Islam as an ideology is not any preaching of hostility to the followers or the people unwittingly born in that ideology at that Islamic prison house. This I want to make upfront very clear to the audience. This is the serious ideological discussion. Those are our own people, Punjabi, Sindhi, Baluchi, Gujarati, Bengali Muslims, alienated from the parent body by the hate-filled ideological beliefs of Islam. That is a different story. So I am sure that you got the point. Part 27, we compared the sole spokesman of Allah, that is the Rasul. Then the sole spokesman of Indian Momins, Musliman. Sole spokesman of Allah, SSA. Sole spokesman of Indian Muslims. They both rose from the two locations. Any discussion of Islam, always a discussion of partition, intertwined very closely with Islam. That is intertwined very closely with Arabia, Rasul, Hejaz. You will see the difference, very connecting threads here. If you miss the point, you miss the whole story. That is talking about Ramayana without even mentioning about Rama. Dacca to Lahore, the sole spokesman of Indian Momins rose to Islamic Muhafaza territory, Islamic Pakistan. From Mecca and Jerusalem, the sole spokesman of Allah, self-declaration. Allah didn't appoint him, he just announced himself. That is a different story. He rose. Sole spokesman of Allah is the Rasul in Hejaz. Sole spokesman of Indian Momins is Jinnah in Sindh. Masjid al-Haram means mosque in Mecca. That is the pagan mosque, pagan Arab mosque, kabjad, hijacked, occupied, taken over by the Muslim converts. Masjid al-Aqsa means that is the temple of Jews, again kabjad, occupied, converted into mosque after Muslim occupation of Syria, called Jerusalem. Excuse me for allergy. Subtitle of the presentation 27. Sole spokesman of Allah, Rasul, ascends to Islamic Jannat from Masjid al-Haram, Masjid al-Aqsa. Here Masjid al-Haram, Masjid al-Aqsa. The sole spokesman of Indian Momins, that is Jinnah, ascends to Darul excuse me, Darul Islam, Muhafaza Islam. This is a gibberish Persian Arabic word, the same. That Islamic land, Islamic territory, or domain, or realm, or habitat, Islamic park. From Dacca in Purbi, Bengal, and Lahore in Bari. You see the Lahore here in the Bari, British Punjab. You see the Dacca here in the East Bengal or Purbi Bengal in Bengal region. That is the story discussion today we are talking about. This is the next one. Partition of India. The two locations. See here, you can see before that, if you are not aware, this is my main YouTube channel, Mitram and Bandhuvam. There are more than 280 immaculately made presentations. You can explore further unvaried topics. You can find it at my YouTube channel, South Asia Maps J. Reddy. This is the historic Arabian Peninsula. Pagan Arabs lived there before the Hejazi Ghazvi, the swordsmen of Islam. Muhammad subverted them. This is the Red Sea. This is the Sindhu, Sagar, or Arabian Sea. This is the Hejaz region where Mecca and Medina are present. Now the oil-rich region across the Persian Gulf called al-Aqsa here. The middle region where Riyadh is present now is Najd. So Hejaz, Najd, al-Aqsa. This is Asir or Naba region, or little bit mountainous region adjoining to Yemen. Rubal Khali desert region, northern close to Syria is Sham. This is the region. Across to Sham there is Jerusalem in Israel there. So, sole spokesman of Allah, the Rasul, ascended Islamic heaven, Jannat, from Masjid al-Haram in Hejaz and Masjid al-Aqsa, that is the converted the Jewish temple in Jerusalem. Sole spokesman of Indian Momins did the same, ascended to Pakistan from Dacca and Lahore. Sole spokesman of Allah. The historic events are 620 Isra and Miraj. That is the mythology. Like every religion has a mythology. There is nothing wrong with it. And the night journey is called Ascent to Jannat. That is the Islamic heaven, where Muhammad was literally picked up from Mecca, Medina, and Jerusalem was taken on Buraq to Islamic heaven, where he saw or claimed he spoke with the Rab or Allah there. This is the 622 is the Hijra, migration and departure, Palayan. 620, I think there is a little bit different. I think I might have 620 is the Hijra and 622 is that. The dates are diverse, but anyway, that's not Prophet passed away around about 632 before his death. That 622, 632 he should be read. Then All India Muslim League was formed in actually Dacca. The Muslim League was formed in Dacca. Interestingly, the East Bengal later seceded from the Islamic Muhaffaz, that is West Pakistan or Mashriqi Pakistan. This is the Mashriqi Pakistan, East Pakistan. 1940 Lahore Resolution. Entire concept of partition of Bharat depend based upon these three concepts. Darul Islam is the Islamic land where Muslims predominate or Muslims rule. They were predominant in British Punjab, in Sindh, Baloch, Frontier Province, East Bengal. So, Darul Islam. They were in minority during the Mughal rule. Still, Darul Islam is governed by a Momin believer like Akbar, Aurangzeb, and so on. The rest of the land is Darul Harb. Harb means sword or talwar, the land to be put into sword, the people to be converted into Muslims. The Kafirs are infidels. Momins are the people who are fancied or accepted this or forced to accept this belief system by the swordsmen of Islam and later enforced by the salesmen of Islam. Swordsmen of Islam, salesmen of Islam. Sitaram Goyal calls. Of course, their land they considered is Illam, civilized. The rest of the land, ancient civilization, Buddhist and Hindu civilization, all are Jahiliya, darker period to be replaced by Illam. A fanciful idea of hallucinating belief system. That's what it is. So, 620 Hijra, Prophet declared as his life became very difficult in Medina, Mecca. Mecca is here, Medina is here, where he was start criticizing the pagan religion, And 632 he did this Isra Miraj, the night journey, ascent to Jannat. So he ascended from two places, Mecca and Jerusalem, and Jinnah ascended from two places, Dacca to. So it sounds rhythmic, but essentially the Islamic theology, we are trying to bring the link between these concepts in the partition of India. That is the entire point. In the Partition of India series, and we look at essentially in the first 15 parts, you can see this is Allah's line, Radcliffe line, separating the Darul Islam, Darul Harb. These are some of the intellectual works done by Sitaram Goel, Ram Swarup, and Dr. Coinrod Elst from Belgium. These are the Voice of India think tank, modern India's greatest thinkers, who challenged and put this yogic perspectives of partition, giving a serious challenge to Islamists, missionaries, evangelists, Macaulayites, telling our own story, our own perspective. Hindus are a very ancient people, and they should have their own perspective, their own viewpoint. They should not debate, discuss the serious issues from the perspective of Islamists or evangelists, missionaries, or they should not follow the agenda set by them. If you start looking these presentations on partition and many, you will get a different perspective, your native perspective. This is a new field. A lot of Hindus are not aware, but it is picking up. Once you start listening and speaking the nationalistic language, you will understand very soon. That's what we discussed about today. And our ancient motherland, the fascinating land, was partitioned. This is the rise of the sole spokesman of Indian Momins rose from Dacca, where Muslim League was formed here, from Lahore 1940 March Lahore resolution, that is the partition resolution, also called Pak resolution, passed. So we discern the similarities between Decca and Lahore, Prophet's flight, Isra, the ascent to Islamic heaven Jannat from Mecca in Hejaz and Jerusalem al-Aqsa mosque. So the point is the similarity. See you later in other presentations. Your presenter Dr. J. Reddy at South Asia Maps, and we discussed in part 27 the similarity. See you later.